us for this amazing call. I am super excited, and we are so grateful that you took time out of your busy schedule on a Saturday to join us. I'm so excited to introduce the host for this amazing call, Dr. Stan Harris, aka Dr. Breakthrough, who is an amazing gentleman. He is a husband, a father, he is an evangelist, he's a life coach, life strategist. He's a mentor as well as a mentee, a student as well as a teacher, and he has published several books. He's spoken in all 50 states and 28 countries. And I'm so excited that he's my husband. And I'm so excited to share him with the world and to share him with you. So take it away, honey.
Awesome. Well, thank you. That's my ABCD, my adorable brown caramel delight. And I told her I want to be extra fired up. We got a guest. Would you introduce me? And so, and of course, some of these financial principles I learned from her. And so thank you again, Nadia. Appreciate it. And of course, she's the one that actually publishes our books with her Position to Prosper publishing company. All righty, real quick. So this is, again, your financial breakthrough or breakdown can almost be guaranteed. And this is part number 4. And don't forget, we got a special guest, Mr. Carl Wilt, that I'll be introducing here in just a few moments. So we just want to bring you up to speed because we did part 1, 2, 3, and this is part 4. So let's just do a follow-up on parts, just to remind you what we covered so far. And then Carl actually fits in perfectly for where we're at today. So again, send out a quick text, tell somebody, don't miss it, don't miss it, don't miss it. So we said your financial breakthrough or breakdown can almost be guaranteed. And the reason we say almost is I don't know what you're going to do with it. See, your breakdown is guaranteed if you ignore the principles. Your breakthrough is guaranteed if you consistently implement the principle. So we give you several principles so far. Principle number 1, your financial breakthrough or breakdown can almost be guaranteed when you understand that your money, if your money grows before you do, it will eventually shrink back down to where you are, if not further. Did you get that? See, that's why, again, we talked about these lottery winners, these people that get inheritance, and smart folks that leave inheritance, make sure that person's at a certain age or they do it over time and so forth. Why? Because as the scripture says in Proverbs 30, verses 8 and 9, it says, feed me with food convenient for me, lest I be full or rich and deny thee, or lest I be poor, and be poor and take thy name in vain. So in other words, don't give me too much that I can't handle, but don't give me any less. So in other words, give me exactly what I need. And so the key there is if you want more, you got to grow, you got to be more, right? And so my friend, that's why personal development and growth is so important. And that's why, my friend, we're so big on, like Jim Rohn used to say, a formal education will help you make a living, but personal development will help you make a fortune. And so again, my friend, your million or billion dollar ideal will start to manifest after you break through the minimum wage mindset and work ethic. So number 2, we said your financial breakthrough or breakdown is guaranteed when you implement the breakthroughpreneur mindset. And that mindset is simple, Ron, and that is without a breakthrough mentality, nothing on heaven and earth can help you. But with a breakthrough mentality, nothing on earth can stop you, John. And so that's the power of that breakthroughpreneur mentality. We said number 3, your financial breakthrough is guaranteed, or breakdown is guaranteed when you decide you will no longer be a slave to money or the system, Mr. Alan Smith. You see, Beverly, the world has trained us to be slaves to this system. But you see, my friend, you got to understand that money, as we said, is a terrible master, Gladys. A terrible master, but a great servant. And so we want to learn to get money to serve us. We said number 4, your financial breakthrough is guaranteed when you commit to, and this is what I learned from my wife, circulating instead of spending or even just saving money. And again, when we got married, Nadia said, baby, we don't ever want to spend money. We only want to circulate money. And of course, I was like, what does that mean? She said, when you spend money, it's gone forever. But when you circulate money, it goes out and comes back, a never-ending cycle of increase. And I was like, wow, that increase in enjoyment. And so we've been looking for ways in the Harris household that we can circulate the money that God allows us to be stewards over. You see, it's really not even our money. We're just stewards. And so anyway, so we talked about Matthew 25, 14 through 30. The man with the 5 talents got 5 more. The one with the 2 got 2 more. The one with the one that hid it, and his master said, wicked and unprofitable to the one with the one. The one with the two that got two more than five, he called them profitable. And so, matter of fact, Carl is going to help us with along some lines of that also. Number five, we said your financial breakthrough is guaranteed when you replace the poverty programming and reprogram a prosperity programming mindset. And so, my friend, that again is going back to the personal growth and trainings, financial literacy, and so forth. We said again, number six, your financial breakthrough or breakdown is guaranteed when you realize that time is not money and profits are way better than wages. See, time is not money. Time is time and money is money, but time is infinitely more important than money. I've lost my money and made it back and a lot more before. I lost my time and I still can't find it, right? And then profits are way better than wages. Wages are set to a time and hours and certain amount of hours, but profit, oh my goodness, it's unlimited. Number seven, we said your financial breakthrough or breakdown is guaranteed when you go where the financial puck is going instead of where it has been or where it is. And we talked about the story of Wayne Gretzky, the greatest hockey player ever, and how money and so forth. Number eight, we said your financial breakthrough is guaranteed when you stop focusing on making money and you focus on creating momentum. See, if you go after momentum, money, you get frustrated. Sometimes it may not come as fast, but if you create the momentum, then the momentum will eventually create the money. Proverbs 28:20, a faithful man shall abound with blessings. We told you about the Amazon story, no profit for 10 years in a row. And then eventually he became the richest man in the world until he was overtaken. Number nine, your financial breakthrough or breakdown can be guaranteed when you realize and rectify your biggest bill. And we said your biggest or largest bill is not like most people think, your housing, it's not your children, it's not your spouse, it's not the taxes. It's actually what life is charging you for not learning or implementing what you need to do to make the money you're really worth. Remember, I asked you last week, how much did you make last year? And let's just say you made $50,000. Well, how much do you believe you're worth? Are you worth $500,000? Are you worth $1 million? Well, if you believe you're worth $1 million and you made $500,000 last year, well, let's even say you made 100,000. Then that means life charged you $900,000 for not listening to me, not knowing or not implementing what could help you to get there. Again, if you believe you're worth $1 million and you only make 100,000, if you believe you're worth $1 million and you only make 250,000, if you believe you're worth $1 million and you make $500,000, if you make $500,000, that's still life is costing you that extra $500,000. That's why we get experts to come, like Carl and the others that I invite in that'll help us, my friend, in these different areas. So number 10, we said your financial breakthrough is guaranteed when you operate out of faith instead of fear. Again, Proverbs 10:24, the fear of the wicked, it shall come upon him, but the desire of the righteous shall be granted. So a mind impregnated with fear can only produce bad decisions. And all the news and all the stuff on the TV and the radio, it's all to keep you fear-based, keep you, so you're not really thinking, my friend. And so we got to break that. We talked about number 11, your financial breakthrough or breakdown is guaranteed when you implement the 2-paragraph breakthrough wealth system. And that is find out how rich people believe, and find out what they do and learn to believe and do the same. Find out how poor people think and what they do, and whatever you do, do not do the same. Those two things will make you rich. And then when you understand the power of leverage, duplication, and immediate implementation. So those are the 12 things that we have covered, and the spot for 1, 2, 3. Number 4. So this is the fourth, part 4. I'm going to give you just one new principle and let Carl take it. And that is your financial breakthrough or breakdown is guaranteed. Think about this now. When you copy the right catch, See, think about it. Listen, somebody says, okay, be the copycat as long as you copy the right cat. Well, Dr. Breakthrough says that, okay, yes, it's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat while you're on your way to being your own authentic cat. Come on, somebody. See, most people were born originals, and most people die a copy. No, you want to mimic, you want to grab again some good principles from different people and so forth, but the idiosyncrasies and all that, leave that alone. But again, it's okay to copy the right cat while you're on your way to being your own authentic cat. So, real quick, I'll just briefly mention these. Next week, we'll go through it more in detail because I want to give Carl all the time he needs. But number one, there's several different types of people, 5 different types, real quick. Number one, those are successful, but they don't have a clue. And the crazy thing in the home-based business industry and in success, whenever somebody has success, they're always going to be asked a question. They're going to be put on the podcast. They're going to be put on the Zoom. They're going to be put in front of a room. They're going to be asked to, and so, hey, what made you successful? Well, a lot of people, they're successful, but they don't have a clue. So guess what? So they don't know what to say. So they just make something up so they don't look stupid. And then I see well-meaning people try to practice what that person taught and it doesn't work for them. And they start thinking something's wrong with them. And then all of a sudden you don't realize there's nothing wrong with you. It's something wrong with what they taught, right? so anyway, so number one, there's a group of people, and the first 4, you don't want to copy them. Those who are successful, but they don't have a clue. In other words, when you ask them what caused you to be successful, they really don't know. And so they start spitting off these other things. Number 2, those who are successful, they have a clue, but they have no communication skills. So when we ask them what helped them to be successful, they either totally promulgate their esoteric cogitations and articulate. No, they make it so hard to understand. Or they're so boring. Or, my friend, they don't have any communication skills, and so they don't talk in such a way that makes you want to listen and find. But at any rate, so again, number 1, those are successful, but they don't have a clue. Number 2, those are successful, they have a clue, but they just don't have good communication skills. Number 3, those who are successful, they have a clue, they have communication skills, but they practice competition. So guess what? So they don't really want to tell you the real things. They'll tell you some surface stuff. They'll tell you some different things, but they won't really tell you the real things that made them successful. Why? Because they believe in this competition. So they're afraid that if they teach you their secrets, quote unquote, their system or whatever, that you might surpass them. And then the last group, and this is the one you need to follow. The number 5, those who are successful, they have a clue, they have communication skills, and they have compassion. And so that group, we teach something like this. If you believe like we believe and do like we do, what happens for us can happen for you. But because we're not the standard, it can happen even better for you. That's our desire, and that's our prayer, and that's why we do what we do. And so, my friend, I'm so glad to have mentored people that have surpassed me, and even my own children in different areas, each one of them having areas where they've surpassed me. Jesus said, the works that I do shall you do also, and greater works than these. So you ought to be very careful. Again, don't copy the wrong cat, copy the right cat. And so I bought the right kind of cat here. His name is Carl Wilt. Carl has an amazing financial background, humble servant of the Lord. And so I've heard Carl, we've worked together several times in different companies. And so, I said, man, this is a perfect time to have Carl come in. And he had me speak for the company that he works with. And I was just so impressed with what they're doing. And as a matter of fact, my friend, it was Warren Buffett that put it this way: you will work until you die unless you learn to make money in your sleep. Well, I tell you what, my friend, the thing that Carl in that company, I was like, man, and this is amazing. So my money has been employed now in another way. We got different strategies, but this is another strategy Carl showed us. And my money is now making me money to the point of, imagine a 75% increase in the last, say, 6 weeks or so. So anyway, and I know since those who are part of this 9K to 90K, you're part of that challenge also. Well, I actually interviewed Carl for that. And I know since we've been doing this, we've been fasting and praying for you all. This is the 49th day. We've been believing God to do some miracles in your life. And yet, had a miracle where somebody actually bought her a package with this increased this asset, appreciating asset. And so she's enjoying some increase as well. So Mr. Carl Wilt, again, amazing, humble servant, a servant leader. I mean, when I and I don't want to steal his thunder, but when he talked about starting years ago, praying for his children, his daughters, to be able to go to public, they were going to public school, and it was a decent public school, but then it started getting worse, and he wanted to be able to send them to private school, and he prayed for $16,000. Remember, that's one of our main premises: you have not because you ask not. And the result of that, I'm gonna have him tell you the story. You're not gonna believe it. So text somebody, say you don't want to miss this. This is the right kind of cat that you can copy while you're on your way to being your own authentic cat. Carl Wilt, man, take it away, man. We appreciate you, buddy.
Well, thank you, Dr. Breakthrough. Appreciate your kind words. Good day to everyone. Honored to be with you. God is
By the way,
good.
Carl, my phone just went off. It goes off. It's 10:19. And so a feast is made for laughter, wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things. And so my phone goes off throughout the day, remind me of certain scriptures. So it's 10:19 here where I am. And that just went off right while I'm introducing you. So I preached at a church one time about money answer all things. And the deacon said, that was good, pastor, but preacher, but um, that's a little, money answers all things. That's kind of, don't we got to be careful saying that? I mean, wasn't Solomon talking about underneath the sun? I said, well, yes, sir. But that last time I checked, that's where we live. Because when we go to heaven, there's streets of gold and gates of pearl, and we won't need any up there. But anyway, Carl, I apologize, man. But I just wanted to share that. But everybody else, y'all listen, I just gave you a clue. 10:19, set your phone, let it go off, and quote that scripture and say, I command it to be so in my life. Like if you want to have problems, let's just make sure money is not one of them. Okay. All right, Carl. Quick Carl.
Well, thank you very much. I made a few notes on the topics you all have covered thus far, and quite impressive because these are a lot of principles that I've believed in or practiced for many years. And I want to reiterate and affirm some of the things you said. And then, Dr. Breakthrough, if you want me to show us a slide or three of what I'm
Yes.
doing and what you've considered as well, I can do that and kind of reiterate some of these topics here if you wish.
Yes, sir. Yep. I
Okay.
allowed you. You're able to share the screen.
All right. Well, real quick, some of the topics that I just grabbed and took a couple notes on while you were going through momentum. Momentum is a key. And first off, and it's coming from the financial world, diversification is key to any portfolio, or whether it's by the sweat of the brow we earn a living. Maybe we do a couple of different things. I've always had a direct sales business or two in my back pocket, along with a traditional business that I've owned, roofing or health and wellness stores, etc. So I believe multiple revenue streams is prudent to be a good steward of what the Lord has blessed us with and using our talents to honor and glorify him. Because Dr. Breakthrough, if you didn't still break boards, the Lord's going to take that talent from you. So we have to use our talents to glorify him. And
Yes.
so doing that and being a good steward with his financial blessings is definitely prudent. We'll talk about momentum a little bit, but very key in all aspects of life. And as you mentioned, one thing that I believe, and I was reminded back in 2016, or it was actually in 15, when I was praying for additional funds to put my girls in Christian school. The Bible says you have not because you ask not, but you got to faith it up. You got to pray it up and faith it up. Don't, when the Lord knows our heart, when we pray for somebody to be healed of cancer or what have you, we have to believe it. And faith of a mustard seed can move a mountain. So we have to truly faith it up but pray it up. Dad always said a closed mind's the most expensive thing you'll ever own. So I hope and pray those receiving this and hearing it via live or in recording in the future, they have an open mind to some of the things we'll discuss. And as you mentioned, I've always followed the smart money, followed the smart cats, Warren Buffett and such. So when Buffett would buy Pfizer stock, I was picking up the phone at A.G. Edwards and calling clients and telling them to pick up some Pfizer stock. And so we'll discuss that in a couple of the slides I'll show you with what we're doing now, one of the revenue streams that we have and leverage. And leverage is important, and Warren Buffett talks about that. But leveraging time, money, and people. When I owned my roof business, I had leverage of 4 crews, 32 men. We could do 4 roofs in a day. If Carl was to get on top of a roof and start tearing it off, it'd take me 10, 12, 14 days to tear a roof off and put a new one on it, where we could do four roofs a day. So that's leverage at its best, in the people, in the workforce, money, when we can fold a dollar up and potentially turn it into more. That's taking money and being a good steward of God's, what he's allowed us to have. So let's just share a couple little slides on some of that, but it's awful ironic that the topics, how they were. But let me pull up a slide or two and just show you. I'm a visual person, and so let me share here with you this. Excuse me. Let me make it full screen, and I'm going to zip through. We're not going to go through all of these, so I'm going to get to.
No, take your time. Take your time, bro. Take your time.
We don't need
40,
to.
35 minutes.
Excuse me.
No, go back and give me a little bit of your yeah, bro.
Those credentials aren't.
Some people need to know this.
So yeah, I have spent decades in the financial world, stock trading and etc. 12 years investment advisor. I've been a stock and options trader. I've owned health and wellness stores, traditional roofing business, real estate investing, and been in direct sales. And God is good. I represent him far before I represent any company. So for our friends and loved ones that believe that a savings account, a money market account, checking account, CD money is a good place to be, don't shoot the messenger, but these are not my stats, but this is the U.S. Labor Bureau and Statistics stats. Friends, when the Federal Reserve come into existence in 1913, it'd buy $1 worth of goods and services. With inflation, today that same dollar buys just 2 cents. I'm here to tell you that a savings account, money market account, CD account may not be the very best place to hold some of your funds and be a good steward of what the Lord's blessed you with. But once again, diversification is key to any portfolio. So you do have to have some of those for emergencies and all, but just wanted to place the groundwork for the dollar, because many people don't believe that, don't realize that. And then many still think we're on the gold standard and backed by gold. Well, that President Nixon took us off the gold standard in 1971. So we haven't been backed by gold. We are now fiat currency. That's just faith in the government since 1971. How about this chart? This is a company called Texit, and I'm mining cryptocurrency. As Dr. Breakthrough said, money while we sleep. It rewards us each and every day with no work really involved. Now, we can share this and tell others if we want to, but it's based on U.S. soil. It's liquid, favorable cryptocurrency regulations now on U.S. soil. We have safety with cold storage, totally transparent, and the profit potential is, let's just say, very, very good, as we're up over 1,200% just year to date. And we talked about following the smart money earlier, Warren Buffett and all. Coinbase is a cryptocurrency wallet company, and they've replaced Discover, another financial institution, in the S&P 500. It's here to stay. We've shunned it. And actually, Jamie Dimon with JP Morgan Chase, one of the largest banks in the world, 5 years ago told his employees, if you buy Bitcoin, you're fired. Now they want to custodian cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. You can fly all over the world with it. We like to travel as a community of places, but mining of cryptocurrency is just basically math equations being solved on advanced computers. That's all done for you or for Dr. Breakthrough and us. And the company ironically resides right in Dr. Breakthrough's backyard there in McKinney, Texas. So there's billboards all over the state advertising for us. We've got 3 different processes of mining. The shipping containers are going to be all over the state with hundreds of these miners included inside of them, doing the hard work for us. So we sign on the dotted line. We can earn while we sleep. This is a home computer that will go to some homes in Texas, and they can mine and be part of that mining, but no work involved for us. Here's our cold storage, which makes it very safe to keep offline. Once again, I'm zipping through some of this stuff and might have your head spinning if you've not been around the cryptocurrency space. A couple of things I want to encourage you with is we said no to a smartphone when we had the rotary dial-up. Now you can't find a rotary dial-up. I'm sure most on this call might not even have a landline anymore. What about, when our grandparents used to bake everything and cook everything, and then this thing called a microwave oven come along? We weren't there going to use that. And how about, when we had the beta or VHS tapes, we weren't there going to use a DVD or CD. And now we have live streaming. All of those are gone. The technology's here. You can lay out in front of it, roll in the road. It's going to run you over because it's here to stay and stay forever. So you might as well partake in it and profit a little bit. Now, the transparency, as I mentioned, is off the chain. When in momentum is super, which Dr. Breakthrough spoke of. When I started on March 21st, in the upper left here, there was 5 million of sales, and that was over the first 13 months of existence. March 21st of this year, not quite 4 months ago, 5 million in sales. Friends, we're at almost 25 million in sales as of this morning. In 3.5 months, we've quintupled, up 500% in sales. That's momentum. The bottom there, look at last week's commissions. We did 2 million in sales in 1 week. The first 14 months, I did 5 million in the whole 14 months. Paid out over 800,000 in commissions, and there's almost 10,000 in the fold, and there was just 2,200 3.5 months ago. So momentum is super big. Our company makes our job easy if we do want to tell others or to grow the coin by advertising and the coin value. And I'll show you, which makes it super exciting, which I've lost a whole lot of sleep over. But we're all over Texas, California, Florida, Louisiana, and growing with digital billboards all over, helping share the Texas story. Actually, we're in airports. On the left there, we're in the Austin airport. On the right, we just went into DFW. So every concourse, every gate is seeing subliminally Texit. We like to badge our cars up. We're loud and proud of it. This right here, as an investment advisor, many years retired. So this is not financial advice. Any of this we're talking about it's for informational purposes solely. And also past results don't dictate the future. But look at these numbers here, just in the last few short months. And the bottom right of this right here, 900%, that's year to date. Friends, with A.G. Edwards, if you were a client of mine and told me you wanted 20% year over year, 20% year over year would take 45 years to get 900% return for months. And then bring it in for a landing here, look, we're up almost 1,200% year to date. Now, once again, past results don't dictate the future, but there's certainly room for growth, potential, and all of this I'm speaking of is really money while you sleep. You buy some mining capacity and let the miners throughout the state of Texas do the work for you, and you can earn day after day, month after month. Now listen to me closely. As this mining operation is set up to mine all the coins out in 137 years. You want to talk about something willable to our children and grandchildren. We can have our own money machine printing press, if you will, that's spitting out little bit of coins each and every day of each and every month of each and every year. So Dr. Breakthrough, I just wanted to share a few of those little slides and hopefully encourage folks that they can definitely get back with myself or with you at any point, and we can answer any questions. But I appreciate your time and allowing me to share some of that information, which we're so excited about. And I believe when the Lord, blesses us with the funds are His anyway, so we need to be a good steward of it. And so I'm grateful, and as I encourage folks that profit or encourage employees of mine with everything, is as you and I have talked in the past about Malachi 3:8-11. Give him his first fruits anyhow, because it's his anyhow. And only place in the Bible he tells us to test him in this. So I believe we can profit right nicely, and bless a lot of folks. That we have a lot of hurting folks out there that need a financial breakthrough. I believe we have a raft for them, a lifeboat, and could be a potential answer to prayer. So thus I share it with all whom will listen. And for the Lord's honor and glory.
Wow. Man, Carl, thank you. I had you on my big screen because I was on my elliptical. But bro, a couple things though. We're going to open up for Q&A in just a minute or two. But first of all, we got to go back, and I want you to give a couple of examples, and then if you have a slide or two to show them, because when I saw the projection, I mean, I got Bitcoin when it was $208 a coin, and people laughed at me back then. One of my best friends, the guy I used to mentor in early days, and now he mentors me in business, Myron Golden. I tried giving Myron wouldn't, he's like, no, I can't wrap my mind. I said, Myron, you make money out of thin air with the Forex trading and day trading. He said, yeah, I just can't slow down and try to get that, right? Well, he wouldn't even accept it, Carl. 6 to 9 months later, he called me screaming. He said, oh man, I apologize, man. He said, my son finally got me to slow down and look at this thing. And the same guy that wouldn't even let me give him some was now teaching people, charging them $2,000 to teach them about the power of Bitcoin and how they could have a financial breakthrough if they would jump in. And then a couple of days ago, we were talking. And incidentally, by the way, I'm going to be interviewing him Monday on the 9K to 90K. So that video will be up, and make sure you're in the Facebook group. Of course, Carl's video's in there. Part 2 will be coming up soon. But Myron, we were laughing how he then got some, but him like me, when it hit like 19,000, we sold most of it. I mean, dumb. That was, but so now he was like, man, now I can see where it's going to $1 million, right? So that's projection. Again, no guarantees, but hey. So anyway, I said all that to say, I want you to talk about that for a moment, Carl, and then I want you to give a couple illustrations of some of the people you've been able to help. Because again, remember I told y'all my objective is to help people, and I told some of y'all by the time this 90 days, some of the money is going to come from the Energizer, some of the money is going to come from the Great Discovery, or some of the money is going to come from another company you're working with, or some of the company is going to come from, like my case, book sales and speaking engagements, or whatever else, but whatever it takes. So I believe it would be an injustice for me not to share this with you, especially since everything I'm teaching on, this fits a hand with the glove. And then, when I have mine, and then yet one day calls me and says, Dr. Breakthrough, you won't believe what happened. So she's got some, and now Reverend Alan Smith's getting some, and of course, Ron I. Will's getting some. So I was like, you know what? This is a strategy that people, if they want to, they can use, right? So Carl, address that just from the standpoint of the passive money, being a good steward. Like if I got $100, if I got $2,000 or $3,000, and a year from now, it's still only worth $3,000. That's no profit whatsoever. Even if I put it in the bank, I didn't save any money, because the quote unquote little interest they pay me is less than what inflation was. So it also actually costs me money to be saving the money, when I actually, like Myron was talking the other day, and he said, Doc, one of the things about rich people, as soon as we get money, Poor people, as soon as they get money, they spend it. Average and every other people, as soon as they get money, figure out how to get more credit. Rich people are looking at how they can put their money to work. So this, remember I said, find out how rich people think and what they do and do the same. So Carl, this is one of the things that rich people do and one of the ways that they think. So tell us, because rich people don't get a check and say, oh, I'm gonna buy some Air Jordans with this, or you know what I mean? Tell us a little bit about that and show us this plan. And for the scarediest person, scared cat person who again wants to give it a shot and never have to tell a single person about this if you don't want to. Now me, y'all know me, I can't help it. If it's good news, I got to share it. But you never have to tell anybody. It's your money making money. And again, one of the things I'm going to teach you about is we're going to show you how to turn your, and y'all write this down. Somebody write this in the comment section. We're going to show you, and Carl's going to show you now, how to turn your slow moving turtle money into fast reproducing jackrabbit money. Come on now, in the chat, somebody put that down. Turn your slow moving turtle money into fast reproducing jackrabbit money. That's really what's happening here. Like, I mean, if I get something for $1 and 6 weeks later it's worth $1.03 rather than it's worth $1.79, or 6 weeks later or whatever. I mean, come on, somebody, right? Okay, Carl, let me stop and address those things.
Yeah, no. So this slide right here, our founder, he wrote this back in December of 24. And each and every month, it's been pretty much spot on where our coin value has landed. Although here in July, $1.39, we're actually at $1.74 today. When I started on March 21st, we were 42 cents. 42 cents to $1.74 or $1.75 is up 400%. Now, with our money-making machine, the crypto mining that spits out a few coins a day, let's just take a little bit of math. $1,000 buys 100 hash power or horsepower to an engine of mining capacity. Once again, you do nothing. That's producing about 2.75 coins per day. 2.75 coins. That's not a whole lot. 2.75 coins times 365 days in a year is 1,000 coins. What if come January we are up around 10,000? How many $1,000 bills would you want to turn into $10,000? How many $10,000 bills or $1,000 bill would you want to turn into $16,000? How many $1,000 bills would you want to turn into 3,000 or 4,000? That's being a good steward. That's 300 or 400% if we just go up to $2 or $3. I believe we're going far north of that. But if our founder is 50% wrong in February of next year, $16, we're only around $8. That's over 400% from where we are right now. And that's just like you buying a stock on the stock market that you have no say so in whatever happens with it. You can't sell enough of their product to make it go up or down. So doing no work. Now, if you want to share the story and roll your sleeves up, take the duct tape off your mouth, we can even earn and purchase more mining capacity, etc., which makes for a 1-2 punch of potential great wealth. And we have many on the team. One of my closest friends wanted to leave his day job and work with me. He's been in and out of direct sales for almost 3 decades, but he's working a full-time job at age 55 and didn't care for it and told me he would love to start earning to where he could leave that job. In 4 weeks, he prayed it up, faked it up, took the duct tape off the mouth, put me on the phone with a few folks. He started earning in 4 weeks more than he was earning in his 40-hour-a-week day job. And he was just spending an hour or two of an evening doing some 3-way calls, copy and paste. This is an easy peasy copy and paste kind of business. Point and click and copy and paste, invite someone to speak with Dr. Breakthrough, myself and others, or watch a video so we can earn in that scenario as well. And so I want to just leave you with something for even the higher net worth, because $4 or $5 a day doesn't juice a lot of trains. But I got excited about this, and in 3.5 months, I've accumulated either via purchase or via earnings 84 of these miners. So 84 of these miners, 84 times 2.75 coins a day is 231 coins times $1.76 is $406 a day times 30 days, 12,200 a month while I sleep from here going forward. Oh, by the way, at $1.76, what if it hits $10 and that 12,000 is 120,000 a month? I'd say that's quite a nice little retirement plan in and of itself. Friends, it takes 800,000 in an IRA or a 401k at 12% a year to earn 100,000 a year on that money. 800,000. I've compressed time into 3.5 months and spent about 28 to 30,000 of my own funds, and have told the story and shared the story to earn approximate 150,000 a year here going forward in mining Texit coin. So we can compress time and do that, because I don't know whether some are blessed to have more than 800,000 in their 401k, IRA, or checking account today to live off of. My wife's worked 25 years with the same company in medical billing, and we don't have quite 800,000 in that 401k either. So just want to encourage folks, and for $1,000, I believe we can bless lives and get 8 or 10-fold return over the next 12 months on that alone, outside of telling a story if we wish to. Back to you, Dr. Breakthrough.
Nah, man. Nah, you got to say that again. Because we just talked, one of the principles we talked about is time is not money. Money is not, and profits are way better than wages. This is, folks, you understand what I'm saying? So I can't just be, that's why, do you see now why I say, man, no, this is again, I'm fasting, I'm praying. I'm like, Lord, how can I help the people? What can we, what can we do? And I'm like, man, this is something, Carl, where the average person can create above average income in below average time with below average effort. That's a breakthrough. I'm saying it again, average person. And many of you are above average, most of you, but the average person can create above average income in below average time with below average effort with the right strategy. And he just gave you a strategy. So I want you again, he's using this financial background in mind, and I want you to go through these numbers again, Carl, and because first of all, when you're talking about collapsing time, the Bible says redeeming the time. See, I'm not supposed to be selling a whole lot of my time for a little bit of somebody's money. I'm supposed to be figuring out how I can redeem the time. And one of the things that again rich people do is, like, for instance, there's mowing the lawn's a great thing, right? But if we could pay somebody else to mow the lawn, then I could be free to be doing this Zoom that is more for impacting people's lives than being out there in the sun cutting, right? And then I could pay this guy, so now he's making some money. So one of the ways you can buy back your time is, again, things that you're doing now. You could hire people when you have the right amount of money. You could hire people, pay those people, so you could be free to do more of the thing that produces more of the profit and the income. But no, we're talking about your money doing this for you. That's what we're talking about. So again, just like those you're part, when we have our membership and there's a one-time payment, we're talking about a one-time. We're not talking about a monthly, one time. So Carl, do those numbers one more time, because everybody should be writing this down and making and think. And if you're a father, because see, Carl, I grew up without a dad in the home, and mom did the best she could, but nobody ever taught me anything about finances. In 12 years of regular school, and then 12 years of college, graduate, postgraduate work, right? I have one class dealing with finances. Never taught me how to balance a checkbook, by the way. But and so I like what Robert Kiyosaki said, just like slavery, he said it was a terrible thing, but they made it against the law for folks to read and write so that slaves, if they knew how to read and write, they would no longer be a slave. They knew they would no longer have to be, and they would do everything in their power to get out. So he said, now there's some unwritten law to keep people financial slaves. But see, people like Carl, he's like a male Harriet Tubman. He's like, look, I'm going back and getting some of y'all. Come on out to freedom. And like my wife told me, again, money goes out circulating, comes back. So I didn't have a choice when I saw this. I was like, Carl, I want to work for companies I speak for. Doc, I'm gonna get you speaking, bro. Come on, come out of it. Come on out and speak this. And so anyway, but money going out and coming back, a never-ending cycle. So what if you had? So now it's $1.79. Okay, what if you move by the time it's $2 and it's circulated by this year and a year from now, it's $16, right? Come on. And I like what Carl said. What if it only did $8? Okay. But anyway, Carl, cover that again real quick. And again, we'll open up for Q&A here in just a minute or two.
Yeah. Yeah, it does get exciting. I lose a lot of sleep over it when I think of 42 cents and to $1.76 in short of 4 months. And, that's what cryptocurrency can provide. Now, let me just
dude, you should have came and taught that way back then at the 42. No, that's okay. We still got it. Go
ahead. So let me encourage folks with this isn't, as we talked about early on, this isn't an either or scenario. This is a both and. So you keep your stocks, your real estate, your mutual funds, maybe even some CD money or money market funds, but add this to the mix, and then we see where things take us. So one part of our asset classes are ebbing, the other part's flowing. So we ebb and we flow. However, cryptocurrency is the largest returning investment in world history. I have to have a piece of that pie. No ifs, no ands, no buts about it. So I'm encouraging you to dip your toe into the water because trust you me, the water's warm. It is really nice. So don't get caught up. Don't let the evil one get in your mind. Oh, I don't know how that works and all. Well, I can't tell you today how when I flip this switch on this light over here, how the lights come on. I can't tell you, I sold a whole lot of Lexus working for Lexus in Nashville. I can't tell you how they calculate pound-feet of torque. I spent 12 years in the diamond industry, sold a whole lot of Rolexes. There's over 800 moving parts inside of a Rolex. I can't tell you how it works. Do not, forgive my passion, but do not let the evil one get inside of your head to rob, steal, and destroy your dreams. Jeremiah 29:11 tells us, the Lord didn't plan on us to be broke down, sick and tired and broke. He has good plans for us. Imagine we as fathers, the good gifts we want to give our children. Just imagine what daddy wants to give us. So with that said, $1,000 is producing about 2.6 Texit coins a day at $1.76. How many 2.75 coins a day would you want to accumulate? We talked about what it would equate to with a little over 1,000 coins on $1,000. What if we buy 5,000 worth? We get a sixth miner free. So 6 hash power and 6 times 2.75 coins a day is 16 coins times 365 days in a year. 6,000 coins times $1.76, our 5,000 would be worth 10.6 at $1.76. What if our 6,000 coins is worth $6.50 a year from now? How many $5,000 bills do you want to turn into 40,000? So I just want to encourage you once again. Risk reward. I believe the risk is pancake high. The reward is skyscraper high, because you always have heard it in the financial world. Dollar cost averaging is the best way to get a good cost average over time. What better way to dollar cost average than see 2.75 coins come in tonight? 2.75 coins come in tomorrow night, 2.6 coins the next night. Day after day, month after month, as you heard me say earlier with a little bit of passion, 137 years. So it's just powerful. I believe it has to be in the mix. And then we can really exacerbate that and really compress time when we speak of sharing the story. Because, some folks call this hard work. I believe it's hard work. I'm on the phone 12 to 14 hours each and every day, loving on the team. We've built a team of almost 1,000, praise God, in less than 4 months. God is good. So I'm on the phone. But as Dr. Breakthrough mentioned, cutting grass out in the heat, I owned a roofing company for 12 years. Do you think I want to be on a 12 on 14 pitch roof in 100 degrees outside at age 58? That's hard work. So praise God that he's given myself and Dr. Breakthrough and probably many of you all the gift to gab. And if I can earn far more than what I earned with a very good income with a roofing company doing over 1,500 roofs in 12 or 13 years, praise God, and I'll continue to speak until he takes my voice. And so when I open a door in this realm, as when Dr. Breakthrough met me back in 15 and 16, I've been fortunate when I pray. We have not because we ask not, but Lord, put me in front of someone that needs to hear and see your great love. Let me share with them. Been able to lead people to the Lord. So I just use it as my ministry and platform. And I'd be honored to serve you as Jesus come to serve, not to be served. And Dr. Breakthrough and I are here to wash feet. But it just might be that we're washing feet from where the company just sent me to Hawaii, and on the beaches, the nice sandy beaches and nice salt water on our feet. But we're here to serve.
And you got another trip coming up, Malaysia or Singapore or something like that. What?
Yeah, Thailand and Singapore at late September.
And there's a certain amount of people will be able to get that. The company's taking care of that, which is amazing because Ron was there that night when I spoke for y'all, and the owner paid for everybody's meal. I'm like, what? You took me out, had a luncheon with him, and he mentioned we were all at the table there, and I told the guy we talking to the manager, and I was like, yeah, these folks, they do some good business, man. You should offer them a good deal. And I was super impressed with the owner Bobby because he said. And because the owner said, the manager said, "Oh man, yeah, we give you guys a discount. You come." And the owner steps up, Dr. Breakthrough, I appreciate that, but I really don't need a discount. And he said, "I like paying premium price because I expect premium service." I was like, "Ooh!" And you told me that there's like $250,000, some big number he's spending on advertising. I know he's got like a rap McLaren. I tried to race him a little bit. I didn't. He beat me. But anyway, but I'm saying the philosophy though, and the fact that he wants to make sure that the people are blessed. So, do any of you have a question for Carl? Do any of you have a question at all? I know Alan, you've got the. I think you saw a presentation or two. Ron was there in person with us. But Alan, I think you saw a video Zoom. Does anybody have a question at all for Carl? So based on what I told you about copying right cat, he's one of the cats. Some people call me in I'm teaching finances. They're financial sensei. So Carl's going to be like our financial Texit coin sensei. And all right, Beverly, yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Dr. Breakthrough, Carl, and
Hey,
everyone. How are you?
excellent. Thank you.
So I just want to be clear, Mr. Wilt, and thank you for your presentation. The buy-in to what you're talking about doing, is it $1,000 or is it something else? I just want to be clear.
Yes, ma'am. Great question. So 1,000 is the minimum. Every $1,000 buys 100 more hash power or 100 more horsepower building the engine, if you will. So we're buying shares of a bigger, massive computer. So yes, but a person can come in at 1,000, 2,000, 3, all the way up to 9,000. Bobby Gray doesn't want big whales coming in and cornering the market and buying a bunch of the shares to where they could sell them. So we've dispersed it evenly and lower. So 9,000 is the most that any one person could purchase into Texit Coin at this moment. So yes, ma'am, 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000, whatever a person chooses. And Bobby Gray's gracious in the fact that loves for people to kind of see how the bike rides and drives. And if they come in with 1,000, they get excited about it, then they're welcome to upgrade and spend a little more in that same position within the first 30 days. And we find many that do that. They just see each day the coins. We got a phone app, and we see the amount of coins that's deposited on our phone and the value going up on a regular basis. So great question.
Yeah, that's what's been crazy, Carl. It's like every day I'm like more and more coins. So not just more coins every day, but then the price of the coin is going up. I'm like, I can't keep this from people. I was like, so real quick, we're going to go over to John, but also, Carl, if you got a copy of your regular, well, I'll tell you what, if you have a copy of your full presentation, get that to me. And then the folks, if you're interested, you get with me, or you're connected to Chiette, get with her. Anyway, John, what's your question real quick? It looks like Beverly, is your hand still up or you just forgot to put it down?
I did have a follow-up question, but go to John, please.
Okay, John.
Hey, good afternoon. I was wondering, is the Texit coin now publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange?
Okay, I think Carl got a call here. It's just like Bitcoin. Okay, it's just exactly like Bitcoin. So there you go. You back, Carl?
Yeah, I forgot I have 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Cryptos don't trade on the New York Stock Exchange. The New York Stock Exchange trades stocks. NASDAQ trades four-letter symbol stocks, and cryptos trade on about 1,000 different wallet companies. So we trade on two trading platforms, Dex Trade and Bitmart. At this point, you can look in and see us amongst another 5,000 to 10,000 crypto coins on coinmarketcap.com, which gives all the specs. We went from an 18 million market cap when I joined in March to 82 million of market cap. And so the biggest boys say once we're over 100 million market cap, which I believe is inside of 30 or 40 days, the big trading platforms want to consider dancing with us. So yeah, we're really real, really transparent. People are selling coins each and every day. We're selling, transacting over 100,000 of volume on a daily basis. So yeah, that's a great question, but yeah, cryptos don't trade on the same exchange as stocks and options.
Right. Okay, Beverly, real quick, because he's got to go. He's late. Go ahead, Beverly.
Sure. Does this work for investment groups, or is this just individual purchases?
Anyone that wants to turn $1 into $1.10 is welcome. Whether you name it Jimmy Joe's investment firm, or you name it Susie Q, I love you. Come one, come all, but all come. So yeah, I mean, now if you're wanting to do it, I would say that's convoluted, because that coin that I showed you, you want more on an individual basis. You don't want to split that up because the coins will go into just one account. But yeah, anybody that really takes a look at this with an open mind and they do their own due diligence and research, they're going to want a piece of that pie. Now if you trust the group and they want to buy 9,000 for the whole group and divide that up equally and get their own TXC wallet in the future, that could be accomplished. It will convolute a little bit, but that's easy.
Okay, Alan Smith, quick, he's got to go. Alan?
I know he has to go. What's the main difference between the 9,000 and getting in at 1,000, but keep doing increments of 1,000. Can you get in at 1,000 and do over a course to get up to 9,000? Would that have the same benefit? I know getting in higher faster is better, but can I do it the other way?
Yes, sir. You can always upgrade from where you're at. Like I have 7 positions at this point. So you can always add more. And maybe if you told the story and wanted to use some of the commissions. Now, a difference in buying 9 $1,000 spots, it's going to, you're going to get 9 miners. When you buy 9, you receive 2 free. So you would have 1,100 hash power or 11 miners. And so the next bogey is 5. So let's say you spent 2,000 right now, and over the next 30 days, you told the story a few times, made 1,000 or 2, and wanted to upgrade to, if you spend 5,000, you get 1 free, or 9,000 gets 2 free. So there's some extra benefits, and those +1 or +2, those do have to be accomplished in the first 30 days to get that plus, but you can always add more, forever and ever. Amen. So yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming out today.
Hey, Carl, I know you got to go, but Carl, but would you come on my Kingdompreneur call? We need to do some more of this. Can you come on the Kingdompreneur call Sunday night, 6 o'clock Central, 7 Eastern?
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. We'll see you. Thank you. Everybody, come on in the chat. Tell him appreciation. He's got to go, but let him know. Give him some thanks. Give him some appreciation. And that's you're my Texit Coin mentor now, Carl. How's that?
All right. I'll give it my very best.
All right, man. You're gonna be the right
y'all
captain.
Very much.
All right. God bless you. Thank you, Carl.
Lord
Appreciate
bless.
it.
Bye-bye.
All righty. So there you go. And Nadia came on and she told y'all I'm a mentor, but I'll have mentors as well. And I just found another mentor as far as this Texit coin thing. I was on with the only other day, and they were talking about you get so many coins in such a time, and it would be $1 million. I was sitting there like, and I'm sitting there talking about 9,000 to 90,000. I'm like, good gracious. So this is something else. And so again, I want y'all to know, by the way, I've cashed some out because I wanted to make sure, right? And so there's always risk versus reward. So remember that. There's always risk versus reward. Employee mindset people focus so much on the risk, they lose sight of the reward. Entrepreneur, kingdompreneur, breakthroughpreneur people, we focus so much on the reward, willing to deal with the risk. By the way, Carl and I was part of a company with crypto, because this crypto company that had me, sent me all over the world, well, all over the United States, rather, I apologize, the United States. And I thought, I mean, I made a lot of money, but they end up getting shut down. They got to get shut down. The owner was like top wanted list and whatever else out of the country and all that, and so they owe me still like 10 million or so forth. So so I was talking to Carl one day when I was like, dude, after what I went through, and I know you probably had more than I did. He said, oh, I lost 116 million. I'm like, what? But he said, Doc, I did my research on this. And so all the stuff and he said, I was like, okay. But when I got to meet the owner, and then also you get a cold wallet, I mean, you actually get physical stuff too. So there's so much difference. So again, if you have interest, get with, if you're part of Tiet's team, get with her. If you're part of my team, get with me. If you're interested, we'll work with you. I'm going to have him back on the Kingdompreneur call. And also, if you're not in the group, the public Facebook group, 9K to 90K, I did an interview with him. You got to hear that. And then we're going to do part 2 this week. Monday, I'm going to be interviewing Myron Golden and putting his video up in there. We're going to see if I could do it live, Facebook, as I'm doing the recording. Anyway, so we got some great things coming for you. So we're still committed. This is day 49, and I'm fasting and praying for everybody. And as I was fasting and praying, the Lord just kept bringing this to my mind. Of course, I kept seeing the thing grow, and I was like, but should I tell them? I was like, And then I was like, wait a minute, I don't do well. They grown, they can make up their own mind. So I'm teaching right on it. It fits to a hand with the glove. Give it a shot. So anybody got a question for me before we hang out? I know Carl had to go, but just wanted to see, and actually we're over time. But let's do it this way. But again, so Kingdompreneur call Sunday night, 6 o'clock Central, 7 Eastern on the same link. Get people there, my friend. Get people there. And let's really, I think this could help set some people free. There's some crazy testimonials. I was talking to a gentleman the other day. He's like, Doc, I know, man. He said, I know you, the way you do stuff. He said, when you really kick in to do this, he said, but I'm at 10 grand for the week so far. And I'm like, say that again. I was like, wait a minute, I thought you only been in like, was it 3 months or 4 months? Or he's like, yeah. I was like, wait a minute. So he said, yeah. And he said, anyway, but I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. By the way, Carl started 10 days before I started the 9K to 90-day challenge. So in 100 days, he's made a little over $100,000 with everything he has, with the appreciation of the coins and all that. And so I was like, wow. And look how God works, right? So, all righty. Okay, everybody. Well, God bless you. Thanks for joining. And we'll see you. Make your day great on purpose. We appreciate you. And